Hello everyone, my name is Ray Anthony and I would like to welcome you to the first episode of a series of videos I will be putting out regarding screenwriting. That's correct, screenwriting. This series basically is on feature films and spec scripts. Now, the reason I'm doing this is when I first started looking for information on the internet, there was some okay information. But I didn't find one place where I could really find a series of videos and some good information I required. So I decided to put this series of videos together. Maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. But I think it will. In the beginning, probably won't be as good, but down the road, I'm pretty sure it'll get better. Anyhow, what you see on screen here is Celtx, C-E-L-T-X. Celtx.com. Remember that. Write that down. Celtx is a program that formats screenplays, novels, just about anything in media. It is a complete formatting program. I use it for screenplays. I use it to write my screenplay. I mean, my screenplay is for a feature, but you can use it to write a short story. You can use it to write a cartoon. It has just about everything available to you for full production of a feature film or video or just about anything you would like to do. So first you need good software. There's a lot of software in the market, but like I said, Celtx is a free software. You can download it for free, you can use it for free, you can print PDF files. In other words, you can convert your entire screenplay once it's complete to a PDF file where you can have it to email it, send it, print it, do whatever you want with it. So it is a very, very flexible software. It's very good. I used it. I wrote my entire screenplay with it. It took me about 6 months and it was very good. It was a very handy piece of information to have. But one thing about Celtx is there wasn't a lot of good information on really how to use Celtx. So I wanted to make this video to talk about screenplays, but I want to start from the very beginning. And the very beginning is that you will need software. So that's where you start, bottom line. Whether you have an idea or you created something, you wrote an outline for this concept and you want to do it, forget about using Microsoft Word, forget about using any other type of word processing program. You need to format it in a program that is catered to the entertainment industry. This is a standard. This is what they want. So I recommend download Celtx. Go to Celtx.com. Go here to the Start Now, and what you would do is put in all your information here. It's basically email address, basic information. You don't have to put a credit card number in or anything. And you just go through the process. And once you go through the process of Celtx, then what happens is it would download to your system, and this is the actual program that would download. So follow the whole process and then go ahead and just download Celtx. Now once you have downloaded Celtx, this is the first screen you would see once you print Celtx. This is the first screen you would see. So it says here, welcome to Celtx. Now, pretty standard. Over here it has project templates, film, audio visual, theater, audio play, storybook, comic book, novel. So it has a lot of different formats you can use for whatever you want to do. But we're going to concentrate on film. Film is what we're working on right now. So this is where you select your template. Okay. Here is your projects. So these are my projects of the work that I've been working on. But you need to work on your projects. So we're going to start here with film. And what you would do is you open Celtx. Once you open it, as you can see, it's pretty standard. I mean, it's just a basic word processing program. It seems that way at first, but it really isn't. It's a lot more than that. This is the free software, so you have here, you can add open, save, print. You have a toolbox and you have service. But we're going to work with the free features. There's a lot of features here that are not free, but these are the free features. So basically, when you write a screenplay, there's a few things you need to know. Scene heading, action, character, dialogue, parenthetical, yeah. This transition, a shot, and text. This is the basic stuff you would use in any type of format of a play or anything you would need. So, you basically start with the screen heading. And when you start any project, okay, you will need the beginning, the very beginning. So if your screen heading is either INT, which means interior, see it comes up right away, INT, interior. And let's assume you have your entire outline set up. You know exactly who your characters are, you know exactly the beginning of your story, you know the middle of your story, you know the end of your story, you have it all figured out. But now you have to write it. So you start off with a scene heading. This is your scene. So you put INT for interior, or you put EXT for exterior. See? So it comes up automatically. So if you put EXT for exterior, you just put a space, and you put, city, street. City, street. Okay? And you could put dash, and you put daytime. Okay? And that's basically it. That's really all you need to know. It's an exterior of a city street, and it's daytime. That's basically it. Now, as soon as I hit enter, you see up here, it changed to action. So now you put your action in. So what's happening in the city street? You could say, young man walks down the street and spots a beautiful woman. Okay? So that's your action. Young man walks down the street and spots a beautiful woman. Okay, very simple. Now, if you look down here, you see tab, it says character, enter, it says action. Okay? So at this point, if I hit enter, it would take me to another action. But if I hit tab, you see what it does is it made that entire action, it turned it into a character, and it's not a character. So you have to be careful what you do. So what I'm doing here now is I am going back to this line. I don't have to highlight it or anything, and I'm going to go back and change it to action. So now see it changes back to action. So when I'm here, you hit enter, it goes back to action, and now you hit tab, you see tab character, and you hit tab, and now you're in character. So now it changed character up here, and now you're in the center of the screen, which is character. So we'll give this young man a name. This young man's name is Tom, T-O-M. You see, now it's automatically capitals. I didn't have to hit cap, nothing, automatically capitals. So your scene heading is in capitals, and you don't have to do anything. It automatically formats it for you. Your action is small case. Okay, you don't have to do anything. It automatically formats it for you. And your character is capitals, uppercase. So you don't have to do anything. Now, as soon as I hit enter, it goes to dialogue. So now we're in dialogue mode. So now what does Tom say? Okay, Tom, does he say something? Okay, maybe he doesn't say something. Maybe he's thinking something. So I'm going to hit tab right now, and it turns it to parenthetical. Parenthetical is a thought. Okay, so let's put him surprised. Okay, Tom is surprised. Okay, now you see it underlined it because I'm a bad speller. So if I hit here, it'll give me the correct spelling. So now it's the correct spelling. So it does have spell check also, and I did that on purpose, spelled it incorrectly. So Tom is surprised, that's his feeling, that's his reaction. If you hit enter, now it switches to dialogue. Dialogue is what he's actually saying. This is what Tom is saying. Tom says, hey. Okay, that's it. I hit enter, it goes back to character. So what happens now? Well, he said, hey, so in my story, that doesn't work. So I'm going to go to action. So now that sentence is turned to an action. It says, hey, he runs across the street. God, you can tell I'm a terrible speller. Across the street and taps woman on shoulder. Okay, there it is. So now he runs across the street, taps woman with the shoulder. I hit enter, goes back to action. I'm going to go to character, and Tom speaks again. And Tom now says, hey, do I know you? And then hit enter again, it goes back to character. So let's call this young lady Cindy. And you see it does capital automatically. If you hit enter, it goes to dialogue. And now Cindy says, oh my. Oh my. Tom, it's you. So she recognizes him. So basically what you're doing now is you're writing dialogue. So you continue writing. And Tom says, and Tom goes again and he says, it's been a long time. See? And you just keep writing. And then Cindy would say, see, it just comes up automatically, Cindy. You don't have to do much at all. Cindy says, too long. Okay, so now our characters are having a dialogue. They're having a conversation. And that's basically it. That's what you do. And now you could take that scene, if you want to end it or change it, you come back here. You can do 2 or 3 things. You can go to transition, and you can say cut to, which means the transitions of the scene from one to another. As soon as you hit cut to, you write cut to, you hit enter, it goes back to scene heading, and see that's highlighted the scene heading, okay? So now you could write int dot cafe, okay? Space daytime. Okay, so now they're in a cafe and it's daytime, action, and then you see Tom and Cindy are sitting, enjoying a coffee. Okay? So Cindy, you see, needs to be caps. So when you go here, Cindy will go to caps. Tom, you put caps also. You got to do a little bit of corrections because names should be in caps. And coffee should be spelled correctly. Okay, I'm a terrible speller. So now, you see the reality of it. This is just story. It's taking format. It's working. Okay? So now, it's developing character. And it's developing dialogue. And it's developing scene headings, and it's developing interiors and exteriors, and it's transitioning. See, there's stuff happening in this story, and this is basic writing. This is what you do when you write a screenplay in Celtx. As you continue, like I said, parentheticals is basically a character reaction and action, and then you have the names of the characters that come up automatically, and so on and so on and so on. There's other things here which are shot and text. And these shot in text, you could use shot. It means if you want to set up your shot. But the recommendation is, leave that to the pros. You don't really know what the shot is. You don't really know which angle. You can do it. But Celtx is much more than just screenwriting software. It is a full, software for the whole entire production of the entire movie. I mean, it does everything, and I'll walk you through a lot of that. But I'm going to walk you through the basics right now, what you need to do. So let's just say also you have them talking at the same time. So we'll go back here and we'll tell Tom, and Tom's going to say, "You look great." Okay, see that? You look great. And now Cindy is also going to say, "You look great." As if they're thinking the same thing, you see? Now, what I'm doing here is I'm going to take this here, Tom and Cindy, and I'm going to hit here. See this dialogue here? Okay. Now, this means they're talking at the same time. You see, this is something that I was not taught in the very beginning. Now, when you see this and you continue writing, okay, you continue writing your story, it highlights sometimes Cindy, will come up, but, you have to work with it. Now, you wonder, well, they're not side by side right now. Yeah, exactly. It's not working the way I intended it to work. Well, it is. You're just not seeing it, okay? Down here, you have a bunch of other options here. You have set PDF. Now, it'll ask you all these things, get a better CDX. Obviously, they want to sell you the software, sell you better software. But you'll hit dismiss. And now, see the screenplay comes up. Okay, screenplay. And then you have the dialogue. This is all the dialogue that we just wrote. This is our first page here. You don't see a page number, but this is the first page. This is your title page. Okay? But if you look down here, what we're trying to show you is this is the last thing we wrote. So Tom tells Cindy, "You look great," and Cindy tells Tom, "You look great," at the same time. So when you print it in the PDF format, it does show them speaking at the same time. So what you did here in the script, one below the other, but since you put this icon here, which is the dual dialogue, see, dual dialogue? Once that dual dialogue appears, that means that they will speak at the same time. So when you print it here, this is what you would see, okay, side by side. So that's a very good note to have, and that's something that's very important to use, very useful. The other thing I'm showing you here is your title page. See, this is your title page. It says screenplay, but there is no more information because you have not put the information in there. So in these tabs down here, you have your main script, which is the script that you're actually writing. You have the PDF, which every time you hit this, it will reformat itself to the very beginning, brand new for all the changes you've made. And then you have this here, which is a scratch pad, index cards, and title page. Now, the title page is that page that we saw, the first page. This is the information of your script. So this says screenplay right now. What you will do is change that. Let's just name the screenplay we're writing. Let's name it. So let's call it The Cafe. Okay. Then it says here author. So you put your name by Ray Anthony. Okay. Based on my life. Okay. It's based on your life. You can put contact information, and you can put your email address, your phone number, whatever information whoever receives this script will need to contact you. So you put whatever you want. So I'm going to put email, and I'm going to put the Ray Anthony Project at gmail.com. You can also put your phone number and whatever information you have. So this is your title page now. See, there's nothing here that says save or anything. You don't have to worry about that. You can go back to script, as soon as you go back to, see, now it changes. Now your title is The Cafe by Ray Anthony, based on my life. As you go further down, here's your contact information. And then this is your first page of your script. Okay, so this is basic 101 when you write a screenplay. The other thing I want to show you here in these bottom texts is a scratch pad. Now, scratch pad is very vital when you put information into anything you're thinking of at the moment, anything that comes up to you, you might want to just write it. One thing you need to understand is down here, this yellow area is the scratch pad. You'll see a script and you'll see a scratch pad beneath. So if you think of something and you want to write it down, you write it here. But this scratch pad is also controlled by the character functions here. So let's say you want to just write some notes, go to action, and you write notes. You said, you know, Tom is 32, and then you hit in action, and Cindy is 30. So this is their ages you want to put there. Okay, so now you have their ages, and then you can go back again, and this is their first reunion in 5 years. They haven't seen each other in 5 years. So you put these little notes down so you can know what's happening with your characters at that point. Once you hit script, boom, you keep writing your script. You got idea, go to scratch pad, and there goes your ideas. They're right there. You don't, you know, they won't go away. They're saved. When you save your script, always remember, file, okay, save as, okay, save project as, and you name your project here, whatever you want to call it, okay. So I'm going to keep it the same here, okay. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Okay, this is my script here. You're going to notice that Cindy is highlighted here in red also. Okay, it'll highlight some words, and you'll get to feel what's happening with the program. But this is basic 101. What you need to do now is understand that you need to write. You need to write every day. The script has to have, like I said, a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's called a 3-act structure. So in the next installment of video number 2, I will go over some other key points. But at this point, all you should be doing is writing until you finish your script. Write, write, write as much as you write. There's a lot of things that you shouldn't think about right now. You should think about your story and think about writing. This is the basics, the basics. You need to go out there and educate yourself and find out as much information you can about this industry. And do this when you have time. But don't, you know, rack your brain over it. You know, there's no reason to rack your brain. You can spend half hour a day doing research on different writers and different producers in the industry and just write names down and, you know, favorite YouTube videos. And, you know, you learn a lot from YouTube and a lot from what other producers, directors, or writers have to say. So educate yourself is number one. But first, write. If you're going to write, then write. That's the key. I spent 6 months writing, and that's all I did for 6 months. And in the end of my 6 months, I had a movie script finished, completed. And that is your goal right now. You have to finish the script, at least the first draft, have it ready, and, you know, then you take it from there. All right, thank you very much for the first installment of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and look out for the second installment coming your way very, very soon. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you listening. Goodbye.